Okay, we'd like to welcome you to, um, okay, you got it? We'd like to welcome you to Fabric Chicks Live at noon. Um, we'll give you a few minutes to join us. So, if you're new to this, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we do demos, techniques, some kind of a learning something on Mondays and Wednesdays typically. And then we do more of a celebration. So we hold up about 150 items on Friday. And right from your couch or from your dentist's office or wherever you are, you can order whatever it is we're showing you. So we usually show you whatever's just come in for that week. And then we do discounts on older stuff, all kinds of fun stuff. But Mondays and Wednesdays at noon, we try to give you techniques and inspiration. So today, what we're going to show you, wait, let me see who's on. Hi, Rondi. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Diana. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Leilani. Hi, Anna. Hi, everybody. Okay, so today what we're going to do, one, because we're still busy trying to get all your orders out as quickly as we can from Friday's sale. So I don't really have a new demo or technique to show you, although I was going to, but it didn't happen. So we're going to talk about panels because you guys buy a lot of panels. Everybody collects panels. If you look around our shop, can you kind of span, Roger? We've got panels everywhere. At one point, we had over 150 panels in the shop. One, because we do a lot of shows. So we're always on the lookout for panels. And for a long time, people weren't really into panels because they were printed crooked or you collect them and you just don't know what to do with them. So we love to embellish them. We love to feature them in quilts. There's just so many things you can do. So today we're going to try to give you some inspiration, some easier tips and tricks for panels. And I do have a couple of books that are really good with the math to help you out. But so if you have any questions with panels, or if you've had any troubles working with panels, or if you've had any good experiences working with panels, just type it in and we'll include that in the conversation today. So, hi Karen, hi Judy, hi Christy. So basically what I'm going to show you is this is the simplest. So literally the simple, oops, I just turned you off. The simplest thing you can do with a panel is just add borders. So this is a center panel in here. Can you see that? Oops, I'm making Roger back up. So this is a center panel in here. And then we just added a skinny border, a wider border, a skinny border, and a wider border. So we do anything that I show you, we do have kits for. So if you're interested in anything that we're going to show you today, you can just put that in the comments. If it's a big collection, we'll put it on Friday's sale. But this is from Ruby Star, the butterfly panel, I think from her Tiger Lily line. And so it's just a great way to accent, super quick and easy. If you need a gift, this is like the easiest, quickest quilt you can do. It's simply a panel in the center and then 1, 2, 3, 4 borders and a binding. So that's my go-to. Anytime I need a quick panel project, that's it. This is simply just a panel, and I'm going to show you up. Flip around, Roger. Follow me over here. This is what the panel looks like before it's been quilted. And then this is what the panel looks like after it's been quilted. So super easy. I just did a facing for the binding to pull it to the back side. We did that as a demo last week, I think. Super easy. But it just kind of finishes it off nicely. So any panel, you really don't have to do too much with. You can just use it kind of like a portrait or wall art, basically. And then I just quilted it. If I had time, I would have added dimensional leaves because I love to do dimensional, blingy. You can never add too much to a panel. So I'm going to show you that right over here. Here in the center was a panel that we got, upside down. This was a panel from Northcott a couple years ago, so don't ask for it. So the center is the panel, and then I embellished it with silks, tulle. I don't know if Roger can get up real close. I fabric magicked some extra fabric in that same line, just so I could add texture. I used wash away and some yarns and just puddled that up in the center. So the actual center of the panel of the flower looked like this. And then I just added some dimensional stuff. So, and then here, you know, I've got the rhinestones, the Swarovski crystals. Those just iron on, but it just gives it a little bit of bling. So there's so much. If you love a panel, don't be afraid of it. I know in the olden days, we used to shy away from panels because what are you going to do with them? But this is one that's bedazzled that we can use as a wall art. This one here, and I just kind of like to show you different ideas. Get your juices flowing. So this is from Stephanie Brandenburg. This little design here, this little design here is a class that Stephanie did. It's one of her patterns, and we taught it as a simple applique. So basically, all this is just a canvas that we threw some paint on, and you can go back to our YouTube channels or our Facebook and see demos on all of that. Whoops, Roger's giving me the hand signs. I'm not sure what he wants. Come closer, move further away. So all of the elements in this project are from this panel right here. So sometimes you get a panel like this and it's so beautiful, but you don't know what to do with it. So we just cut up the elements of this panel and applique them onto this project. So you can do really anything with a panel. All right, I'm gonna go look and see if I have any comments. This panel, and we're gonna kind of do a field trip around the shop so you can see just how many panels we have. It's a little bit crazy. But kind of like your stashes when you just can't say no because you just might want to do that project. When the sales reps come to me, I have a hard time saying no too. But instead of buying, you know, a yard or two here and there, I buy like, I don't know, 200 yards in a line. So this panel right here, we haven't done anything with. So we've kitted it for the project that the manufacturer is recommending. But I'm pretty sure that I'm going to go in and I'm going to embellish it quite a bit. By the time I'm done with it, it's going to be pretty embellished. But we do have, if you want just the simple panel with just simple borders, so easy. Anybody could do this. I could give this to Devin right now and he could have it done by this afternoon. It's just the panel on the center and then adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 borders. So that, oh, look it might be free today because we don't think we should price anything. Oh, okay, so if you really want this, just put in there you want framed up quilts, but who knows what the price is. Okay, so then with these flowers here, there are these big prints up here. See those big Stephanie Brandenburg prints? You buy them because her artwork is so amazing, but then you don't really know what to do with them. So like this white tulip just kind of gets blended out there in the corner. But once you bedazzle it, this is what it looks like once I added tulle and silk ribbon and some thread painting. So you can really, really add dimension to a lot of the panels. Basically, to me, the panels are like the stepping stone of my inspiration. And then we just kind of go crazy. This panel here, when Penny was here, she showed us how to make super quick, like 20-minute quilts. So what Penny did is she took this panel and cut up this piece right here and then just quilted it right here. And it looks super cute on her little, the little quilting frames that her husband made for us. So that's a panel and Penny just added 3 borders. So it's a fun way to kind of change things around in your house, spruce up your decor without having to spend, 5 years on a project. Okay, let me see. What comments do we have? Oh, there's quite a few. Okay, let's see. Rondi says sometimes she uses a panel for the back of her pieced quilt. Then it's 2-sided. Perfect. That's a great way because honestly, I will tell you as a shop owner, I hear all day long, oh, I just put muslin on the back, or oh, I go buy a sheet and put that on the back. People are going to see the back. So the back, in my opinion, should be as pretty as the front. So anytime you look at my backs, even if they're going on the wall, here's what I used on the back of this one. So I might not have trimmed my threads, but I always use, like this one, I use the coordinating that I used for my binding. But I do love that idea to put a panel in the back, because then you basically have two quilts. And I will tell you this little trick, and I do not really promote this anymore, but you girls, you know, if you're willing to tune in, I'm willing to tell you my little special tricks. So before I was a quilt shop owner, every quilt I made, when I was finished with the quilt top, I pieced all of the scraps left over from that quilt for the backing. So the backing was just as interesting as the front. And I used up all my scraps, so I didn't have random, you know, if I made a train quilt, what am I going to do with the train fabrics? So I would piece those and put them into my quilt back. But I don't really promote that anymore, because I'd rather you buy a wide back and buy all new fabrics. I know it's kind of a curse being a shop owner, because I got to figure out new ways to sell you new fabrics. Okay. Oh, Phyllis was just in here picking up her stuff because she's trying to beat the storm, but she's watching us from the Rayleigh's parking lot. Thank you, Phyllis. You're never too busy to tune in. You can tune in from wherever you are. It's the perks of modern technology. Oh, Shirley. Poor Shirley. She said she fell asleep yesterday before our Zoom. But with the time difference, and Shirley's an early morning person. But Shirley, we'll send you a new link, and we're starting a textile artist club. So if you want to venture into more exploring techniques and really kind of pushing yourself a little bit more, and I know that sounds scary for those of you that are traditional quilters, but what we're planning is like a 10-inch project, so not too big, and learning a technique or using a product. So we'll all kind of use that technique or product. And then what we're thinking, we kind of are throwing ideas around, Leilani and Christy and myself. But kind of what we're thinking is maybe it's going to be a Zoom one Saturday afternoon a month from 1 to 3. I think the last Saturday. And a couple of the members, or 3 of the members, can volunteer to show us their technique. So like Ann Lindenmeyer might show us how to fuse the organza together with confetti and different stuff inside of it to create our own fabric. And then we're going to use, like, this month's challenge is a jellyfish, and you have to use silks. So you have to have some of these silks included in your project somewhere. And we do have little rolls of the multicolored for five yards for $5 that we can throw in your basket if you need us to. So that's just kind of a fun thing. Shirley, I think you would really enjoy that. Mary Lou, I'm just going to tell you, the first time I met Mary Lou was in one of my embellishing panels classes up at the Reno Quilt Show. So you girl, I collect you guys from all over, all kinds of walks of life. Peggy puts panels in the back of hers too. Hi, Cindy from Indiana. I agree with you. Backs always have to be pretty. Nan, Cindy's on. Cindy from Indiana. Nan's in the back chit-chatting and causing the employees to not get their work done. But she did bring us lunch, so I can't complain too much. Hi, Vicki from Australia. Oh my gosh, it's 6 a.m. there. But it's 6 a.m. tomorrow. That's what always gets us, is that you're always a day ahead.
Karen McBrayer had a question, but looks like Christy answered it. She wanted to know, her husband wanted to know how many yards are in a boat. Christy said 15 yards in a boat.
Typically 15 yards.
Hi, Cindy. Hi, y'all. Is Mary Beatty
Oh,
on?
you got, Mary Beatty is not. Can you call her and see? Because I know she got her COVID shot. And I think she's not feeling good.
She had a rough time just the day after, but then she's fine.
Okay.
I've been in contact.
Okay, good. Yeah. I got to keep track of all you girls in case I need to bring you chicken noodle soup or something.
Or Reese's peanut butter cup M&Ms.
So typically, Karen, our bolts are 15 yards. A lot of shops are fighting the manufacturers, asking for 10 yards or 12-yard put-ups because they're having a hard time selling the 15-yard put-ups. But in my opinion, it just pisses me off because by the time I do a Friday sale, then I have 3 yards left on a bolt if it's only a 10-yard bolt. So I would rather get the 15-yard bolts. Make sure you like it before you order it. Just get 15 yards. But a lot of shops are also asking for half a bolt of panels. So a typical bolt of panels is like 23 panels usually. And so they're complaining that they're having a hard time selling 12 panels. But if you don't, I don't know. That's so bizarre to me because we tend to do shows and different things. So I typically order like 6 bolts of a panel because I don't want to run out. I want it to last. But COVID has kind of changed the way everybody's doing stuff.
No kidding.
Oh gosh, Shirley, you woke up during the middle of the night.
After her COVID shot?
No, just because.
Oh.
I know, she woke up at 5 a.m.
Oh.
5 a.m. is when Nan's just getting to sleep.
It's true.
Okay, let's see. Your guys' comments. Diana says, hello, Nan. Hope you're doing well.
Doing great. Thank you for asking.
Rondi said, hello, Nan.
Hi, Rondi.
Anna says, hello, Nan. Cindy says, hello, Nan.
Hi.
Everybody says, hello, Nan.
Miss you guys. Miss you guys.
Okay, Ann, I'm going to put you down as one of the demonstrators for March 27th. Shirley says she loves painting fabric. Me too. Shirley, your designs are amazing. I think those are going to be, it's going to be a fabulous quilt. So if you guys ever watch this and you don't really know what we're referring to, you can always join our Fabric Chick Stitch Along, which is, Christy will post the link because she's so good at that. But so watch the link from Christy. Christy will post the link. You can join the Fabric Chick Stitch Along, and then that's where everybody who kind of watches us and follows us, I say all my stalkers, that's where you can go and see what they're working on. And it's kind of a good little community. You can ask, hey, I've got this panel and I don't know, should I add black or should I add red or should I do, what should I do? And you'll get everybody's 2 cents worth. But remember, it's 2 cents worth. So take it and use what you want of it and don't feel like you have to use any of it because it's just everybody's ideas and they all kind of just work differently. Okay, let's see where else you guys. Judy Baxter says she misses you on Friday, Nance.
Oh, miss you too. I'll be back this Friday, but then we're going to start traveling.
Cindy says you look fabulous, both of you. Didn't you just get done with like pickleball or something? All sweaty and...
I only played 2 games.
Oh, so she's not too sweaty. She only played 2 games.
I'm minimally sweaty. Minimally. And then we have so much wind today.
Oh.
It just expired, it just evaporated. So I'm good.
It's true.
It's true.
Okay. And Karen, I would totally bring you chicken noodle soup. But if you would like it, I'm sure I could find somebody that could deliver it to your doorstep.
Plus, you have to divulge your address.
Yeah, Nan wouldn't divulge her address when she wasn't feeling well, so I could not come over and clean her kitchen.
Oh, please, like you would have.
But, Karen, I have peeps still in the Bay Area, so if you need anything, let me know, and we will get it for you.
We've got contacts all over.
Yes.
Peeps in the Bay Area.
Peggy totally is my, number 1 stalker. So you know how you have the memories on Facebook? Penny pops up at least once a month. So every time Penny sees me, or Penny too sometimes, but it's Peggy mostly.
Peggy Cato?
Yes. So I have a picture with me and Peggy. My favorite one is me and Peggy and the guy, the tall, handsome guy.
The guys at the show?
No. Peggy, who is it? From, what was the show?
Not Mario.
No, the Outlander. Yeah, Jamie.
Yeah.
So we have a
Rock
picture.
on.
Peggy and I and Jamie from Outlander.
Oh,
That's-
you were stalking him.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It was a cutout.
Oh,
And he
cute.
looked really hot in it.
He did look. Oh, look at my 15-year-old says he looked really hot in it, Peggy. I know. That's why we were hugging all on him.
Oh my God. That's funny.
Oh, Karen, I'm glad that you can finally go to the bathroom. Yay! That's a good sign. Very good sign. Okay, so I'm going to show you a few more ideas with panels. So here are panels that we have cut out and just embellished with trims and then put them on a garland. So we used heavyweight Timtex or Peltex in the center, and that just gives it some body. So all you have to do is hole punch the top and then run a string. Sometimes I use twine for that. In this instance, I used rickrack. And then we always, because you know you can never embellish too much, we embellish with trims, ribbons, silks. We add silks to most everything. And then just if you've got grandkids and you want something for them to do, this is a fun panel. This is the animal one that they can color, or you can embroider it also if you want to do hand embroidery, or if you've got like your mom or somebody who just needs handwork but she doesn't see very good. This is a great one for them to do red work on. And then here's where Gracie, when she was younger, painted this. So someday I might actually do some thread painting on this and then turn it into a wall quilt or a quilt. Gracie said she was like 2 when she did that.
No, she wasn't.
But that just gives you another fun idea. Then you can cut those up and put them into quilts. Okay, wait, your guy says, ooh, I don't know. Gracie, can you get this off of my,
Get what?
it wants to rebrand something. Get my comments back on there, please. Okay, and then we have a couple of books. So if you're into panels, because we all collect them and then we don't know what to do with them. So we have a couple of books that are really good for learning how to work with panels. Okay, I have no idea what happened, girls. Okay, so here's a book. It says Learn to Quilt with Panels. Turn any fabric panel into a unique quilt. But she talks about, you know, first off, just figuring out what panel you want to work with, and then easy variations. They get some graph paper so that you can basically go back to algebra and design your quilt. And remember, you do have to allow for your 1/4-inch seams, but there's a fabulous way to set off. Super easy. Just here's another one that you can do. Look at how easy that is. And it just makes a small little quilt. So here's just a fun book to give you ideas. Bless you.
Thank you.
Just a fun quilt to give you ideas for table runners and different ways to set. You can add applique to it. So this is Learn to Quilt with Panels. And then we've got panel play also. Don't ask for this dog panel because this was written a while ago. Everybody gets mad at me when I tell them they can't have that dog panel. But that's been long gone. But this just helps you to learn how to do the math to create your own quilts. Even if you're not going to do a panel, but you have fabric and you want to figure out how to use that, that's a good, it just helps you with the math of putting together quilts. So no matter what, these are good books. So here is, I know, because I didn't know how much time we would chit chat, but here's another panel that is super fun. This I'll show you what the company came up with. I'm probably going to cut these out because it's so beautiful. I'm probably going to cut these out and create something like this big panel here, but like a smaller, not such a large one, but a smaller one with the poppies, just because that's what I do. But here is what the company suggested you do with it. So you've got a panel here, 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 and here, and then the rest of it's pieced. So that makes a pretty big, like, queen size quilt. The border print on the top and the bottom. I don't know. To me, it doesn't really do the panel justice. I'd rather play some more with it. And then I've shown you this already, but here's a cute little panel that we cut up. The curved piecing is one of my favorites to do with the panel because you're just going to take your go with it fabrics, stitch them together, and then just add them to your panel. So it doesn't matter if you've got different size panels, like in here. See how all the panels are cut differently? So you've got this rectangle one and these square ones and another rectangle. If you were going to put it into a curved piecing project, it would be super easy because you just add as many of the go with it fabrics till you get the different panel blocks the right size. And we do go over that in our curved piecing class, which I know you guys have asked. Those of you that didn't sign up for it because you didn't know how exciting it would be, we'll add that again to our calendar. But there's so many on the market right now. There are so many patterns that work with panels. So even if it's not the panel you're buying, just keep an eye out for the different patterns. So here's a fun one. We actually do have this panel. We actually do have this geisha panel, but I think we're out of the red fabric, so we stopped kidding that. But any red fabric that works with it would be fabulous. But even like organic applique, you could start with the panel in the center and then just start adding. This organic applique book is so inspirational. And really, you just start adding vines. You start adding just random things that make you happy. So that's another really good inspirational book and some folk arty patterns inside of it. And then just one last idea, and then we'll do like a quick tour around the shop of all the panels. But here's Joyful Stitching. So this one has a ton of different stitches that you can do. It teaches you the different stitches and different ideas. But if you take a panel, if you find a panel you like, and then you just add all of the texture with your embroidery stitches. That's kind of a fun, slow stitching project. You could do it with your machine though. Look at how fabulous that is to add texture. So you could totally start with a panel for inspiration and then just start embellishing it with handwork. So that's another idea. Okay, let me see what your girls' comments are. Rodney says we're proud to be your stalkers. I know, I'm so glad you guys are. Cindy says, hi, Gracie.
Hi.
Yes, it was Jamie. Diana says, hi, Gracie.
Hi.
So today is Gracie's actually last official day of working at the shop. And then she starts school full-time tomorrow. So we'll see. They still have lots of teacher work days and things, but we'll see how that goes.
I have like 65 days left of school.
Peggy says she found us in a quilt show out of state. I think it was in Utah, Peggy. Didn't even know you were there until I saw someone with your bag and went on the hunt. I know. So the bag is kind of a treasure hunt. You know, I learned one year, I don't know, I think I was at quilt festival in Long Beach, and these cute little brown and gold bags kept like passing me, and so I had to go find what booth it was that everybody had these cute bags. Super cute booth. So that's where I learned marketing 101, have something recognizable, so that everybody walking the aisle says, hey, how come everybody has those zebra bags? So we actually don't have our official zebra bags. We have a substitute right now because during COVID, they do not have our zebra bags. What do they look like, Grace? Nope, the big ones. Okay. Gracie doesn't want to bend over to get the right size, but I don't really hand these out, the small ones out too much. So at the shows, you'll see everybody carrying our official zebra bags. So when you see that, you'll know that we're at a show. I'm going to make a garland with the wine panel. My stringing between will include wine corks and beads made out of the inner tubes of dog poop bag rolls.
What?
Wait, I got to read that one again. Okay, I love stringing it with the wine corks and beads. What wine panel? You'll have to show us what wine panel you're going to do it with. And it's the cork. It's the inner cork. It's the inner tube of the dog poop roll bag rolls. Diane, for those of us that live in rural areas, we don't actually pick up our dog poop. So I've never actually finished a roll. Like I have a roll on his dog leash, but we're out in the boonies. So I don't actually pick it up because I figure it just goes with the coyote poop and everything else. Look at my husband laughing. Like he even takes the dog for a walk.
I don't.
Our dog actually takes himself for a walk. Max might be gone for 2 or 3 hours. Our property is totally fenced in, but he's so small, he just gets out somehow and he just takes himself for a walk. The neighbors all know him. Okay, perfect. Let me see. Where are we? Love the panel. You can color. I think it's fun. I know, Peggy. We don't know what happened either. Love the flowers and butterflies. The poppy panel's $13.49. I will put, look at, you have to follow me now. We're going to take a tour of the shop now. So here is the poppy line, and we have had it on a Friday sale, but it's been a little bit of time. Yeah. So we'll put the, what? Why? Did you put it on a 50% off?
Like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, Gracie said she just had this panel on.
3 weeks ago? 4 weeks ago.
She just did that panel on our panel of the day not too long ago, but you might have missed it. Yes, Katrina. I will get you one, Katrina, because I'm going to mail your package today. So the panel's $13.49, but we'll put it on Friday celebration with all the go with it fabrics. Okay, let's see. Where else? So many comments, girls. It's like I feel like we're so interactive today. Oh, Katie. Katie says she hated she says she loved the curved piecing, but she didn't really. But Katie, it turned out really nice. And I think that that's part of the problem with doing classes via Zoom is that if you were right here under my eye, my watchful eye, I would be able to help you when you're struggling with things. Whereas when you're sewing at home, I don't really know if you're struggling until you're already frustrated. So, what? That goes with the collection. It was $8 a yard. Gracie's over here trying to ring you guys up, and she's swinging things in front of me. Okay. Dick that folk arty. The book is not for organza. It is for applique, but you could totally use the organza as your applique fabric. Oh, Merriman sitting at Jiffy Lube. I know you got to do it every once in a while, but at least you have us to entertain you. Carolyn's going to miss Gracie. Yes, she's going back to school full time. So our local high school, right now they have 2 cohorts. So half the kids one day, half the kids the next day. But now they're going to combine all the kids. I'm not really sure why we're going to do that in March because school's almost over. But
65 days.
Gracie says 65 days. Oh, Lynn says you're going to have to dance for us before you leave. But we might have to get Gracie's not boyfriend Gracie learned how to swing dance like in one night. And they are amazing dancers together. We'll have to get it videoed and show you girls. Or maybe we'll post one of the videos Gracie's done. Love the bags. I still have a few of those zebra bags. They hold up so nice. I know sometimes people ask me if they can just have an extra bag because they're going to use it for a gift bag. No, you only get a bag with purchase. Leilani's already working on her jellyfish. Diana says she does not remember that ever being on the sale. Oh, and Linda Meyer says she wants a zebra bag. Can you go put it in her basket?
No, Ann, I can't.
Do any of you guys need a zebra bag for me to mail it to you?
I'll give them this one.
Carol, no, she wants a real zebra bag. Oh, the Three Wishes wine panel. That's going to look really good, Diane. I'm excited to see it. Mary Menz is making a house for her grandson's weatherboard that looks like his house. Can't join Eleanor's class this week because they're traveling. Bummer. You could still listen while you're traveling, Mary. That's the beauty of technology. And move to Minden, Nevada or Gardnerville. You don't have to pick up your dog's poop. Unless you go on like a really well-used trail or something. But I go out in the BLM land where it's all wildlife.
And then we just put a rock over it.
Yeah, sometimes if they go to the bathroom in the middle of the road, we might kick a rock over it. Oh, that is a true statement. Gracie, you don't have to give up all of our secrets. Okay, Shirley. Let me find, I'm going to have to go to the back and find another one. Write that down. Oh, Carolyn says we should pack the sale things in the zebra bags and then put them in the boxes to ship them.
No, thank you.
We're barely lucky to fit them in the boxes we're shipping them in. But we could. That could be your guys' freebie this month. We could give you this week. We could give you all zebra bags with Fabric Chicks labels on them. Oh, Rosie wants one too. Gracie may be missing from live, but always Team Gracie. You need to give us updates on Gracie. Okay. Rosie, we have tons of coyotes. I worry that Max is going to be coyote bait every day, but he is such an ornery dog. He just does what he wants.
He won't die.
And Gracie says he just won't die. No, well, we put him out to go to the bathroom in our yard, but he just somehow weasels out. He's kind of like a rat. He can flatten himself down to nothing. And then he just squeezes out of the yard and takes himself. Hi, Dorothy Reed. A farewell to everybody wants zebra bags in their Friday's purchases.
Okay. I can't do that.
Okay.
Sorry.
There's a real good reason to live there. I am good at putting rocks over dog poop.
It becomes a challenge. Because you got to find like the perfect size rock so that they can't see what's under it.
Well, and then it snows and it just,
It just goes into your water.
it's kind of like, yeah. No, it doesn't go in our.
It's got to like go down.
Okay.
We have
So-
a well, Mom.
So I'm just going to say this is another panel that we've chenilled it. So this is what the panel looks like before we chenille it. I know sometimes you just got to change the conversation quick. I'm not sure how this got pinned up here like this, but this is the chenille it, the Peter Pan panel. So you can see the difference here of what a little bit of chenille can do to a panel to bring it to life. And the chenille it, if you're not familiar with it, is super easy. I'll do another demo. I haven't done a demo on that in a long time. But it's kind of like bias tape. You just stitch right down the center of it. And then when you wash it, that's what makes it poofy. So I should have a pillow here, up here. So I don't know if you can zoom in on this, Roger. So this is how I sewed the chenillet on here. And I sewed it into the bind, well, on top. I just folded the two fabrics over like a hem. And then I laid two chenillets, the 5/8 and the 1/4 inch. And then I just stitched right down the center of it. And then when you wash it or take the chenillet brush to it, it will make it poofy or fuzzy. So it just is something to give another texture. Here's the chenillet. I just sewed 5 strips down a 4-inch square. Well, I actually sewed it down the width of the fabric, and then I cut the fabric into 4-inch squares and then alternated them. So that's a super quick, fast baby quilt if you're looking for a fast, quick baby quilt. And the more it gets washed, the more it chenilles up. And here's another example of the chenille. We did chenille here for snow, and then we did 2 chenilles, red and turquoise, for the pillow border. And then so many ideas for panels. This panel here, I should have another panel because this is the Sashiko, and this one I just sewed up into a pillow real quick. I should have another one that where I actually did hand stitching on the Sashiko where it's pre-printed. And then here, Janet just finished this kit for me. I haven't quilted it yet. She actually just brought it in this morning. Can you get that, or am I too far in here? So this is what this quilt looks quilted up. So the kit
It's
was
upside down.
Oh, Roger says it's upside down. So here it is. So we've just taken a panel, cut it up, and then sewn pieced bees all around it. So that's kind of a fun kit. I want to say it's $69, but let me check. And we do have just the panels available with a black background or a cream background. The kit is $79.95. And then we've got tons more panels here that we haven't had time to do anything with. But this sunflower panel, I'm going to show you what I did to bedazzle a sunflower panel. So we do have this panel. It's different than the one I bedazzled, but it's similar. So if you girls want to do a sunflower bedazzling, let me know and we can get you the panels. Peggy Cato, thanks for starting the zebra bag phenomena. Friday sales are at noon Pacific time. So noon Pacific time are our Friday celebrations. So this is another one of my favorite techniques for panels. This is the wonky, I call it the wonky log cabin. So basically what I've done is I've cut the panel and then I just start sewing random size pieces. So it's kind of like the curvy technique, except for straight. So Katie Bandhauer, this one might be a little bit better for you. You just use up all your scraps and just piece them together. It will work fabulous on any panel. You can make them into placemats. You can make them into table runners. And then this big covered barn up there, I just did a little tiny bit of embroidery just to kind of make those covered bridges pop up there. Christy Lee says, bad thing is her husband recognizes the zebra bags now. I know. It's kind of a curse for husbands. Hey, Jeannie, it's good to see you. Okay, let me see. I would love the bag. Okay, I will get you one, Diane. Mary Lou, I agree. Chenille it is super fun. I want to be able to play with it some more. Kathleen, I will double check. I know that I did sell a couple recently, so let me double check and see if I have any of the Chenille it brushes in stock, because I know they were having to. They had sold out of the product that they had, the Chenille it in Utah, the company. They had sold out of their brushes, and they were having a hard time finding somebody to manufacture them again. So let me. I'll check and see if we have any, and if not, we'll get some more in stock. Would like demo, missed yesterday's Zoom. Our daughter moved, went to visit her new place. What do you want to demo? Oh, on Chenille it? Okay. All right, Rosie. Well, I hope she loves her new place. Okay, Rondi, I already have your basket on the top shelf, so it won't go this week. Okay, and then I have one other panel idea I want to show you guys. Oh no, two. I don't know why this. Come on, follow me. Except for I always wish he'd be in front of me instead of videoing my rear end. Except for he never knows where I'm going till I get there. Okay, so here is a panel kit here. We do have the kit. So if you're looking for a baby quilt, $64.95. Super quick and easy. This was the panel, these two here, and then we just pieced the edges. But the one that I think is most interesting in this room is the 7-panel wonder. So this one right here, and it's kind of pricey, sort of, except for that when we actually had, I don't know that we even have 7 of these in stock anymore, but we just cut you 7 and then you had to cut them apart. So it was a little bit less expensive because it's more like yardage. But you keep one panel completely whole, and then you line up 6 of the panels exactly the same spot on top of each other. So you take a ton of pins, you find something distinguishable like the eyeball, and you put the pin through the first panel, the second panel, the third panel, the fourth panel, the fifth panel, the sixth panel. And then when you do that, and you have to use flathead pins. Any other pin is going to distort when you put it under. So flathead pins, I don't know why, but they don't distort. So you go through all 6 layers, and then you're going to find something else like this little thing here. And by the time you're done, you're going to have 100 pins pinning your panel exactly on top of each other. And then you cut, I think it was 2 3/4 inch strips, or 3 3/4 inch, I'm not sure, strips. And then you use your 60-degree ruler and you cut your hexagons. And then so this whole outside is the 6 panels that you cut up and sew back together. But so that's it's like a 1-block wonder, except for we call it the 7-panel wonder. So you keep one panel whole, and then the other 6 panels you cut up, and then I applique over the panel, but most times you'll see it's just cut in a rectangle straight. But I just thought it added more dimension by flipping one of the hexagons over the panel. Okay, and then I've got 2 bedazzle panels, and then you guys can go to get lunch or whatever it is you want.
I don't know where she went.
Here, you're gonna follow me. Okay. Ask Janet. Janet did it.
We're still in the line. Okay.
Oh, I thought we were done.
Okay, so I'm going to show you right over here. These 2 panels, so you know how I showed you the sunflower panel earlier? This is a sunflower panel that I bedazzled. So you could totally do this with the panel I just showed you. And what I did is I just added silk. So these are just the silks that I show you all the time. And then here I added some of the silk fibers like Lindenmeyer just bought. And then here I actually did fabric magic, and I shrunk up some fabric here just to add texture in the center, kind of like where the seeds are. And then some more fibers that I did. So I did a big piece of wash away and threads, stitched it around, and then I just cut off chunks of it and slapped it on here. And then here I did a double-sided leaf. So I just took some batik fabric. I kind of mimicked one of these leaves and to get the pattern. And then I just double-sided stitched it with a variegated thread. I stitched the vein. And then I took Cheerio Magic, which is fabric stiffener on steroids, kind of like a starch on steroids. And I got this completely saturated with the Fabric Magic, and then not Fabric Magic, Texture Magic, and then let it dry. I scrunched it up like this, I'm sure, and let it dry all funky. And so there's one on this side too. So I kind of like to have things hanging off the quilt because it just gives it kind of that, ooh, look at that. Like you don't typically expect it. Okay, let's see. I need to see that baby quilt again. Okay, come here. Sandy needs to see this again. 3 3/4.
You're mobile videoing today, Raj.
How big to cut the strips depending on the size of the panel. True. So with the 7-panel wonder, you can cut your strips whatever size you want. But I do think it has to have a 3/4 in it. So like 6 3/4 or 5 3/4. But maybe it doesn't matter as long as you're just consistent throughout it. The chenille one. Oh, okay, this one. Sorry. Roger's about had it. So this is the chenille quilt. Oh,
Touchdown.
this is the chenille baby quilt. So what I did is I took, I think 6-inch square, 6-inch or 4-inch, I don't know, 4 or 5-inch strips, the width of my fabric, and I sewed the chenille all the way down the whole length of the width of the fabric. So this was down the whole length of the width of the fabric. Then I cut it into my squares, and then I flip-flopped them, sewed it together, and then I actually used chenille it to close it for the binding. I put Minky on the back. I put Minky on the back of most everything if it's the right size. I don't really piece Minky for a bigger quilt, but any quilt that's 60 inches or less, I typically do Minky just because it feels so good. Okay, I think that's it for Sandy. Let's see. You can just did use the leaves on the panel. Did you use the leaves on the panel? I made those leaves out of batik fabric. So I didn't want to cut up that panel, that sunflower panel, Katie. So I made leaves out of additional fabric from your stash. Okay, girls. Any other questions? That's about all I've got on panels for today. All right. Okay. We'll see you on Wednesday for something fabulous, I'm sure. I'm not sure what, but we'll have something fabulous. Have a good day and a half. Oh, I think it's starting to snow out there. Yeah, it's snowing. Okay, we'll see you girls later. Have a good day. Do something creative. Get those UFO